And Thomas, it was a victorious Craig Morgan on second fight.
Yes, second fight.
How was it?
Felt really good. I was in against a tough Nicaraguan boxer with a very good record compared to myself. He was 25 fights, 4 no contests, 4 draws, 11 defeats and 10 wins, 7 by stoppage. So for coming into my second fight at the age of 19, it was a good test for me. And to be honest with you, I felt like I lost every round, took control of it and won on points, 40-36. So pretty happy with it.
Yeah, you found your range pretty on early on, and that sort of helps.
Aye, for my age and weight, well, my height and that for my weight, I've got big long levers. I'm quite tall at 5'11" for a lightweight. So I'm glad how good I boxed and just move on to the next one and hopefully it gets better from now on.
I'm going to say you're much taller than most people. Your sort of weight class must give you a bit of a helping hand.
Aye, the average height for my weight is roughly about 5'6", 5'7", so for being 5'11", it does give me a big advantage.
You make the weight easy, alright?
I do, believe it or not. I'm normally sitting on weight probably about a week before the fight. I should be putting on a bit more weight after fights, but I like to know that I'm always in that guideline of 2-3 kilograms, so I'm not killing myself for the week before, but I'm glad that I make the weight reasonably easy and I go in and do the business on the night.
Yeah. Had a fair few fans coming through from Fife on the
I did. So I had 40, say around about 50 people come to support me for round about Fife, down Methil way, a good bit away from Fife as well, good 2-hour drive to here. So
on a Thursday night as well.
Aye, so people are going up working tomorrow, getting up early in the morning, so for them coming over to Glasgow to Radisson Blu and supporting a wee boy from Fife, it means the world to me.
Yeah, obviously as you touched on there, your second fight. How did you find your debut back in last month in Paisley?
My debut felt amazing. I had just over 100, I think it was 107 people come to support me from Fife as well, travelling all the way through to Paisley. The place was absolutely rocking. So to go in there and show to all my fans that I'm just as good as what they expected, then I was over the moon with that.
Yeah.
Had a good week off, relaxing, back training with Billy the week after.
Good stuff. Obviously not the only boxer out of Kelty for professional ranks.
I'm not. There's another boy, believe it or not, only stayed about 4 or 5 doors round from me, a boy called Connor Law, who was doing really well in his pro boxing career. Hoping to see him back in the ring soon. Really good friend of mine. We used to take up the boxing all the time, and I boxed for Stephen Maguire in Glenoffice. We're like brothers pretty much. We're like brothers, trained together, similar styles, but he's just a little bit bigger than me myself, a little bit older.
There's a few of you from Fife, I think. There's a few.
I think there is. The place that I stay in, you didn't really hear a lot. A wee place called Kelty. It's just a tiny village. About 5,000 or 6,000 people stay there, and half of them are all here tonight supporting me. So it's amazing. It's really good. But you didn't really hear a lot about what happens outside where I stay. Just keep yourself to yourself. I go away training every day in Airdrie, so Airdrie and back, and that's me chilling rest of the day. We run at the night. So.
Do you do the boxing full time, or do you have a job with?
I've got a part-time job with Diamond Fitness. Diamond Fitness in Logelly, really nice gym. I'm there part-time, 16 hours a week, and he also sponsors me, so that's a really big help for me. He supplies the minibuses to all my fights for everyone that comes and supports me. So big shout out to Diamond Fitness, Diamond Gym as well.
For people who don't know, just are you able to just talk through your amateur career and stuff?
Yeah, in the amateurs I had roughly about 70 fights. Lost 6 times. I represented Scotland at the European Championships schoolboy. I got a bronze medal. I've represented at 3 British Championships, 1 bronze and 2 golds, and I've also won the Scottish Championships 7 times in 8 years of doing it. I got beaten my senior championships, then turned professional after it. Yeah. So I've had a good upbringing in the amateurs as well.
Yeah. I saw online that you were sort of contemplating chucking the boxing before you signed pro.
I was meant to be going to the Commonwealth Games, and I'll not go into detail, but I ended up being like a wee mishap with Boxing Scotland and myself, and I'm not going to go into it. It's too much bother. It was a couple of years ago. I'm over it. I'm turned pro. I'm making a good life for myself now, training hard, and it's just something I keep in the past and I focus on the future and just keep going up, keep rising up to the top to be a world champion. That's the dream.
So you're trained by Billy Nelson. Is he your manager as well?
Billy is my manager and coach, and also my stepfather in boxing.
Oh.
He does everything for me. He's an amazing manager, and an amazing coach as well. The records speak for itself, training a three-time world champion like Ricky Burns and having David Brophy, who's climbed his way up to the top as well, fought amazing fighters up in his pro career. So to be stable mates with the likes of David Brophy and Martin Bacoli and training in their environment while they're training for 12-round fights, I'm only training for 4, but I'm doing the same training as them, so I'm getting fitter every day, benefiting every day, and also learning stuff off them. And it's amazing training at Billy's gym. It is, it really is. Getting the best of my capability at the most there.
So you sparring Paddy Barnes as well?
I did spar Paddy Barnes. I sparred Paddy Barnes, was it last week? 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, and then one at the start of last week. If Paddy's going to be watching this, we know who the winner was. Nah, really good spar. It was Paddy's unbelievable. His record speaks for itself. Was it Olympic 2-time bronze medalist and European Commonwealth Games gold medals? Speaks for itself, and for a wee boy at 19-year-old going and sparring him, dream come true, and also great to share the ring with him because I'm getting millions and millions of experience off him, and I'm going in and I'm proving it in the boxing ring. So I'm glad, and I appreciate Paddy coming to as well, letting me in to come spar him.
Good stuff. What's your next plans? Are you going to take a little break after this, or?
I'll probably take a week off, get my body fully hydrated, get a nice bit of food into me, and come back a couple of kilo heavier, and then hopefully start next year be fighting maybe Vasily Lomachenko for a world title fight. I'll
unify the division now, Bob.
That's it, definitely unify it, get every world title, get everything, and retire at the age of 20. I'll go back to the drawing board with Billy, see what's next for me. Get another couple of 4-round fights, start progressing up. As I'm still young, I'm still a baby in this sport. There's no point chucking me in for 8, 10, 12 rounders. I might be capable of it, but I still need to let my body develop before I can even get into, before even thinking about going into that. So get a few 4-rounders, few 6-rounders, and start looking at title chances, maybe about 2021, but we'll see. We'll see how quick I'm going to try and stop people in my next fights.
I was going to say, you're quite young for turning pro. I guess that means no particular rush to sort of fast track you or anything like that?
I didn't want to rush into it. As everybody's saying to me, I'm a baby, I've not got my man shoulders in yet. I might be able to hit for a 19-year-old, but when I come in against someone who's got the same capability, same boxing brain as myself, and at 25, 26 with a lot more power, that's when it'll start becoming a lot more difficult. I'll need to think outside the box. But when I'm 24, 25 with my man shoulders, hitting like Deontay Wilder, then at lightweight, at featherweight, it's going to be unstoppable. So I'm just waiting on that day. Hopefully it comes the next couple of months, but I can't see it yet. Just need to keep doing a lot more bench presses and all that.
Just keep at it. It'll be like that in no time.
Definitely.
People have sort of like lots of motivations for boxing. Why do you box?
Why did I box? My granddad was in the World War II, and he used to always tell me a story that he used to cycle from my village, Kelty, to Dundee every night on his bike before there was people could afford cars, before all of that, maybe like 1940s, 1950s, and it took him 2.5 hours to cycle up to Dundee, just about 3 hours. And when it was just straight roads, he used to do his training for 2 hours and cycle back down at night. He never used to get into the house until 12 o'clock, and he always used to tell me, my dad loves the fighting, watches the boxing all the time. He brought me up watching Prince Nazim, so I try and replicate his style. Billy doesn't like it as much, but sometimes I just need to think, right, I'm not his level yet, I'm 19, I need to calm it down. But it was always my granddad, he never forced me into it, I always wanted to do it. But it was always him that had that in the back of my head, I'm always going to do this for my granddad.
Talking to you, and like even just then, like you definitely seem like you're somebody who wants to entertain and not in there for the boring fights.
To be honest, I'm in there to get the best out of my opponent, and the opponent to bring out the best out of me. I want to go in there, I want to have a hard, good 4-6 rounds, 8, 10, whatever it is, and come out victorious. If it's a good fight, I've made the crowd happy, I've boxed to the best of my ability, win or lose, I'm happy. I'll walk out there a happy man, go back home at night and enjoy my big dinner. That's me.
What's sort of the end goal for yourself if you were, say, hanging up the gloves in good a few years' time, but what do you want to achieve?
As everybody's end goal is, it's to be world champion. But I've always said to myself, if I could settle down with a happy family, keep my mentality just as good as it is now, speaking proper and all that, then I'm well and happy than that. I could retire at this game at 28, 29. If I've got a house, I've got a car, I've got children and my wife, and I'm happy at that, I'd be over the moon. I'm not in it to be next Floyd Mayweather and have loads and loads of money. I'm just in it to keep the crowd happy, keep Billy happy, and keep myself happy for the future. Good
stuff. Shout out, do you have any sponsors at all?
I do have sponsors. Shout out to Kelty Hairdressing, who sorted out my amazing haircut just a couple of days ago. Also shout out to Diamond Fitness, supply all the buses for me. Tam Harrower's amazing. Dunfermline Sea Cabs also supplies the coaches for me. He's amazing as well. Colin. I've got another few sponsors. I've got B&D Productions. I've got In Country in Dunfermline. Amazing Italian restaurant. Everyone should try it out. It's a class. Trying to think who else. I've got a few. If I ever forget, I'll tell you.
You can put the list down. If anyone is looking to sort of sponsor you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Just give me a phone call, message me on Twitter at Craig Morgan 69, Facebook, Instagram. Just give me a message and I'll reply to you back and see what's on the plate.
Good stuff. Well, listen, congrats on the win and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.